It's 2:21 p.m. in the afternoon. So I won't be very long on this video. So for at least like almost a week, I thought that I was just gonna I thought it was just gonna be one night that it was gonna rain and that I was gonna need help with hotel. I thought it was just gonna be tonight. But come to find out at the last minute, well, more like in the middle of the night, I found out it's supposed to rain Monday. I mean, like Sunday night and Monday. So it's supposed to rain like sometime in between later tonight or early tomorrow morning and Monday afternoon. So some of the prices of hotels, they raised like almost double, or they raised some of the prices really high. So unfortunately, I won't be able to get hotel that's under $100 and no deposit. And that one that I did last weekend, the stalkers tried to get me wrongfully kicked out of and banned from there, and kept trying, would not give up. So, you know, I got my paycheck a couple of days earlier. And I had to pay the deposit on a hotel, but I got the deposit back. But of course, I had to use it for other things, you know, with surviving and food and whatever. And I need to get more toiletries and hygiene items and everything, and supplies and stuff. So I'm so sorry, and I hate to be even more of a burden to ask for help with like $400 to ask, you know, to try to get hotel room plus deposit plus food, laundry, and toiletries for a couple of nights, you know. And I may not even get the help, but if multiple people can pitch in before tonight is out, then that would be great, and it'd be a miracle. But if not, then I would hate to have to be stuck out in the rain and suffer with nowhere to go, or if I try to find a shelter overhead to stand underneath, you know, I would probably, you know, get in trouble or wrongfully arrested again, you know, for them to say, oh, you're trespassing and stuff. But I'm not out here to try to commit crimes. I'm just trying to survive. So, so I need help with whatever I could get. As I said, like this being the weekend, I can't even really find hotel rooms that's under $100, since the stalkers got me wrongfully kicked out of and banned from so many hotels and motels and stuff. You know, a lot of y'all know my situation and been seeing what I've been going through, you know. But keep me in your prayers. And the stalkers think it's funny, and they're hoping that no one will help. And so I was upset this morning because when I got here, they had a black female that I don't know if she was a teenager, a child, or a young adult. I couldn't really tell. And the dad was all fake smiles. They arrived here when I did, or they were planted here right before I got here, and then waited for me to come up. Up the ramp to come into the library, and it was a white vehicle with the fake Texas license plate, and the girl was perping with an Aaliyah t-shirt, and then they followed me to where I usually sit at, and then the girl was giving me threatening looks and trying to make it like I'm the one bothering her. I didn't tell them anything, and then, like, wait a minute, you perping with an Aaliyah t-shirt, and y'all had a white vehicle with the fake Texas license plate, and her and the dad sat at separate tables, and they would try to come and sit right behind me, and then the girl kept giving me threatening looks, and then eventually they moved over to a different table and sat at, and then, like, within less than an hour, they were, like, maybe less than 30 minutes, they were gone. They were gone already, But, I was bothered all morning. And it's like, wow, she's trying to create the dad was all fake smiles or whatever, but it seemed like the girl was trying to create a situation to try to set me up to get wrongfully kicked out and banned. Planted here. So, but I didn't tell her not one word. So, bird doodle. I have the video where I was able to show the aftermath of the the bird made doodle that fell on my arm and stuff. And I think some of it got in my hair. It was like later on, like this afternoon, I felt like dry, crusty bird doodle. So they keep on having these things flying on my arm. But I got hardly much of any sleep. I'm still so tired and heavy pressure on my heart. And my tooth is getting worse. I have been trying to search for a possible dentist that I don't know if they can extract this tooth. It's like I got no choice now. And every time I chew something or eat something, all I gotta do is bite onto something, and the top and the bottom teeth of the abscess tooth knock into each other. And like every time I bite something, no matter how gentle I try to be, try to not chew on the left side and try to chew only on the right side, and it's like so easy for the piece of tooth to bottom to bump into the top, and then the pieces of cracked tooth is very loose. Very loose tooth. And as I said, I was trying to say that I didn't know if the abscess tooth being loose had any relation to me being extremely sick this past week with all that hard mucus and just so much mucus that I can't get completely clear, to just keep on coughing and blowing my nose so much and wheezing. Excuse me. So, but it's a little warm today, but not that bad. But I got my big jacket on because it's so cold in the library that this summer I'm wondering, oh man, if it would be so cold in the library, I would have to keep this jacket. But no, outside it will be extremely hot. So I don't even know if I get unbearably cold at the library, maybe I should just step out and get me some more vitamin D or sunlight or whatever, you know. But I'm gonna have to, like, this coming week, next week, it's supposed to be cold. At least cold at night. Have a cold front. And then the week after, I'm not sure exactly if it's supposed to be back to normal spring weather, or if I would have to keep the jacket and the sweatpants for longer. But I need to get, sometime soon, I'm going to need to get a new pair of tennis shoes or sneakers, or maybe flip-flops. So I don't know. I got a lot going on, and I have to go back to court April 23rd unnecessarily. You know, I'm praying and hoping that they drop the charges, because this is ridiculous, and it was more part of, you know, harassment and intimidation and attempted murder. So I went to the little autism workshop. And and I'm hoping that I could you know, I don't know if I could get an actual diagnosis. I tried in 2019, but things didn't work out. I probably might talk about that later, because I was trying to not make this video extra long. But sometimes I can't even talk. Like just now, my top tooth slammed into the bottom. But keep me in your prayers. I need all the help I could get, and I'm sorry that I have to ask for so much financially. As I said, I wrote a fiction short story yesterday, and put it in the community post, and the stalkers be like, "Oh, all you do is beg," or they say nobody cares about your piece of shit short stories or whatever, but they stalk and read everything. You know, look at the sky. So I'm hoping to get help with what I need help with. As I said, I might have to get a deposit, and the hotel is probably going to be like $125 or more per night. Maybe cheaper tomorrow since it's Sunday. But I need whatever help I could get, whatever y'all could pitch in. So I won't have to be out in the rain. And these fake security guards in these companies, these businesses and stuff like that, the cops, they don't care about you having nowhere to go or getting rained on and getting all wet and everything and getting sick and getting pneumonia or whatever, you know. But I'm going to go back inside. I love y'all. I'll see y'all. And y'all know the information, the payment, the donation information is in the description box of just about all my videos.